Stephen King's first bestseller. The Shining evokes feelings of isolation, horror, and suspense, and now the story is coming to Straz Center's Opera Tampa. The director of the show, Aaron Neff, is here to tell us about making this novel into an opera. So welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we should, right off the bat, let people know that this is an adaptation from the novel, not the movie.
Correct.
That many people have seen. So
Correct.
there's no, here's Johnny, right?
Well, without giving it away, there's a here's Johnny moment, but it adheres much more to the novel.
Right.
Stephen King was not crazy about what Stanley Kubrick did with the film. He took some artistic liberties. So if you know the novel, you will definitely be satisfied with some moments that you don't see in the film.
Nice.
But yeah, I would say yes, there is a little bit of a here's Johnny moment.
Okay, all right, I love that. So tell me a little bit more about the show. And people might not think, how do you turn a horror movie or a horror book like this into an opera?
Yes, it's a really exciting show. It's about 10 years old. You see a lot of different kind of elements that we're starting to see in more and more in opera. There are projections, there's a lot of sound effects, there's dialogue. So it's not just straight up opera singing, but it's interspersed with speech. We have a young actor, and she does not sing. Actually, she plays the he.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
She never sings, but she has spoken lines.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So this might be a good entry point to someone who hasn't maybe seen an opera to kind of, because they'll be able to understand it fully. Yeah.
Yes. It's a great entry point. Opera is really a strange art form, and if you've never seen it, you really might not relate to it. It's somewhat of an acquired taste. So this is great because thematically, it's part of pop culture. It's very fun, it's very accessible, and horror is so popular. But then you have this incredible artistry of the opera singers and an incredible orchestra as well.
Yeah. Now, is it so scary that maybe children shouldn't go? Is this more for adults? Or?
I think there are some scary moments.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, kids are exposed to lots of scary stuff. So in the scope of horror, it is not very intense.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the cast.
Yes, we have in the lead Robert Wesley Mason, who's done the role 4 times. This will be his 4th time, so he knows the role inside and out. And he has a couple iterations, which is tough for a lead because you have to build the role into your body. So he's jumping from different directors' vision of a role. And locally, we've cast Susan Spatafora, who's an amazing soprano. We have Aubrey Alacock, who I think debuted this with Opera Parallel. This is Opera Parallel's original production. And those are the main leads. They're fantastic. You know, opera's very competitive, so you have people coming from across the country.
Okay. Well, tell me a little, for people who haven't seen the movie or even read the book, you know, kind of give us a little idea of what it's about.
So, The Shining, you have this family unit. It takes place in the 70s. The father has had a rough time. He's been dealing with alcoholism, and he goes on to lose his job because of complications of his use, and they end up being caretakers of this giant lodge in the mountains, the Overlook, and they're the only three people supposedly in the hotel. But things start to unfold in a manner that suggests that there are other presence in the hotel.
Wow, and you said this is your first time in the Tampa Bay area.
It is, yes.
Okay. How long does the show run?
The show runs for 1 weekend. It's a Friday and Sunday show, sandwiched between the Gasparilla Parade, which I'm looking forward to. Yes.
Right, I know, you got to get ready for that.
But it's fantastic. You will not be disappointed.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Really
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And for tickets to the show, you can head to strazcenter.org. And under events, you will see The Shining.